Hey, what's up, traders? So watch this video here for Wednesday, October 9th. Showing you the SPY here. Gap down, kind of a sizable gap down, and a pretty good sell-off. I'm going to show you intraday in just a second. Let's see, right now the SPY after hours, 288.57. So not a lot of change in after hours. Let's look at the intraday. 5-minute candles here. So we gap down, look like we're going into oblivion, little bounce, and look like we're heading lower again. And that ends up being the low of the day until the last 10 minutes. It ends up grinding, and actually breaking the highs of the day. Market felt pretty strong, and then things went haywire. So, you know, we're always one tweet away. There's a lot of headline risk, but I keep saying this. There's headline risk for both sides. There's no slam dunks here, long or short. I've been saying this for a couple days, too. When you have this kind of action, we had two big down days in the market, two big up days, an indecision day, and now another big down day. There are intraday trades to be had, but it's not that easy right now, and you don't really have, you know, like for a bounce play, I like something down 3 or 4 days in a row into support, or something way oversold. Well, you're not going to have that when the entire market had this massive bounce 2 days ago, or 2 days here, and then now 2 days lower. So you're really not going to have any bounce play setups. You're not going to have a whole lot on breakout watch when everything tanked here, then got a bounce, and now we're rolling over again. So long story short, there's just not a lot of good setups right now. Earnings season comes out next week. I'm actually looking forward to it. I may be doing some after hours trading like I've been experimenting with for the last couple years. So that's something to keep in mind. But right now, to me, if the SPY can get down again to this 285 area, you got pretty solid support. Look at these bounces. Yes, they flushed below it, but look at all these bounces right at that, and you've got the 200-day there. So if the SPY does get down here, especially if it gets down there quickly on an intraday basis, I'm going to be a buyer for a trade. What am I watching for tomorrow? PFNX had this big volume day yesterday, then today kind of definitely inside of yesterday's range, and a fairly strong stock and a pretty weak tape. So let's keep our eyes on that one. GALT. Let me remind you, I'm looking for things that I can trade tomorrow. I'm in cash every night. And the only reason I repeat that every video is because somebody might be watching me for the first time. So these are not charts that are swing trades or investment ideas. All right. GALT had this nice rip to the 200-day. Today looked like it was rolling right back over, but a fairly strong close. And the 2-day high is right at 425, I think. Yeah, 425 today. Yesterday, 423. So certainly interesting if we can get back above the 2-day high. Pretty good relative strength today. STZ, I said today, I tweeted, if I was a swing trader, I would have bought this today because it had a really nice bounce off the 200-day back here. It's gotten right back down to the 200-day in a pretty big hurry, and you did have a solid green candle today on an ugly tape for the market. So I think this one might continue tomorrow, so it goes on long watch again. I'm not a swing trader. I don't hold overnight. I always joke around. I don't even hold my wife overnight, right? I sleep better, but because of that, I have to always look for setups that might give me an intraday trade the next day. So there's a give and take to everything, right? BGS goes back on bounce watch. It's very close to those recent lows from early September. And it's, you know, almost straight down to get there over the last week or so. So that's a pretty good bounce play setup. Where am I? CFMS, strong stock recently, really nice 3-day rally, and now 3 days lower on declining volume right into the 20-day. Goes back on bounce watch for tomorrow. GoPro, an ugly stock, GPRO, but you're 4 days in a row down and kind of accelerating to the downside. I'm just looking for a snapback bounce. No trades in it today, but we did have it on watch. Speaking of ugly, SDC, IPO'd back here, tanked, bounced, tanked again, sideways, looked like it was going to finally have a big bounce, and 2 days in a row slapped right back down. Now, there's no chart to go on. There's no, you look to the left, there's no support. It's a recent IPO, and it's just hitting new all-time lows. But even just over the last couple of days, falling from 15 to almost 11, this one is starting to get compelling for a nice bounce one of these days. So it goes on watch. AXTA, big sell-off today. I'd like to see another sell-off tomorrow to this 27 area, kind of flush the 200-day, meet this recent support. We don't know if we're going to get that, but I would love a sell-off down to this area tomorrow. I'll be looking for a bounce. And then lastly, I'm putting Fran on watch, which actually has a pretty handsome daily chart, right? You had this big pop back here, and it's really kind of flagging and holding up nicely. Now, if I zoom in a little bit, you had a decent pop yesterday, which went to 1551. Today topped out at 1543. I like it over today's high. 1544 might just take it through that 1550 and then maybe start to kind of break this trend line to the upside. So I like that one too, but we'll see. Just pay close attention. We'll keep watching the market. Make sure we're not fighting things intraday. I haven't played these downside shape plays in a while, but I'm really starting to look at them on an intraday basis. I sort of had one today on UPS that I made a call in chat. I'm expanding what I'm looking for on an intraday basis because the market's been so, for lack of a better term, it's been squinky. So I'm looking for setups like UPS gave today. And, as long as you expand your mind, there's usually always something setting up, all right? So anyway, I'm done babbling. We'll see you in chat tomorrow. Have a good night.